The modern literal version is one. The concordant translation is another one. Those are basically the big two. They seem to be focused a lot on, like, for every Hebrew and Greek word, they're just going to have one or maybe two English words for that, and then you let the context decide. Then you let the context explain what the words really mean exactly. That just makes sense to me, because people will say, oh, context changes the nuance of meaning, so we have to have 12 different, translations for one Hebrew word. And it's like, if context changes the meaning, then just have one word and let context change the meaning. How is that different? I mean, it's either you let the reader change the meaning in their own mind, or you have an expert change it for them. I just don't really see much of a difference there, except it seems preferable to let the reader determine the meaning. Kind of don't treat them like they're stupid, but yeah, part of this is me just also thinking, because a lot of these, like, concordant translation will still use words like forgive instead of bear. They'll still use words like atonement. I think they still use atonement. And I would combine. So my dream Bible translation would be a combination of the concordant style, but you're also cross-referencing the Greek New Testament with the Greek LXX, and you're double-checking things there, and then you're also using plain English words. So, for example, another example that I forgot about is baptize. Now, a lot of Protestant translations of the Bible will use the word immerse. They're like, oh, we got to get rid of the Catholic word. It's just immerse. But it's like, actually, it's dip. You're dipping someone or something in some liquid. In the Old Testament, there's a bunch of instances of this word dip, and it's super interesting. It's you dip something. I think the first time it was used maybe was Joseph or Joseph's brothers dipping his robe in blood. And then in Revelation, it talks about Jesus has a robe dipped in blood. And if you use the modern English kind of equivalent word, it'd be they baptized the robe in blood, right? So there's a lot of instances of dip, and if you have it consistent across the Old and New Testament, it's very mentally evocative of a concept, and it allows you to connect concepts together that you would have missed normally. Yeah, and that just it reminds me of the kind of mission that James Jordan was on when he did Through New Eyes.